Subscribe now.
This hair is like so giving me like life, you know?
It's your beauty industry
It's
coach,
like,
Celeste Noel. Let's go.
I don't know.
Having the right tools are essential when it comes to doing any style. So as you can see, I have my bundles, my protecting shield, my glue, my shears, my razor, and of course, I'm going to have my flat iron and my curling iron. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to be starting with my 10 inches. As you can see, I've already prepared my hair. I have a straight back braid down. I have my leave out that I'm going to leave out for this amazing quick weave right here. A protective shield has been applied, and I'm looking super cute, and I'm ready to change my life. So I have a 10-inch Milky Way, and I also have a 12-inch kind of raggedy. But I'm going to start with my 10-inch because I want my bob to be kind of blunt, even. So I'm gonna start with my 10-inch and then my 12. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because I want my 12-inch to pretty much still reach down to, so it can actually be an even length all over. Let's get into it. So we're applying our 10 inches left to right here in the back, and we're going to place them like an inch apart. I'm going to go over that again, but we're going to place them all the way up in the nape area, starting left to right up to the occipital bone. This is key because you want to make sure that whenever you're doing a bob, you want it to look as natural as possible. Too much hair is not good when it comes down to a bob. Now, what I'm doing again is I've measured it going left to right horizontal. I'm placing my adhesive on my tracks, or shall I say my wefts, cutting them, and I'm going to continue to do the exact same thing over and over again. You don't have to put an excessive amount of glue because too much of it can cause it to actually get onto the hair. So be very kind when you're putting it on. You need enough, but don't overdo it. As you can see, this is how it should look in the back. Very natural, you see? Very natural, cute. Let's get to it. Now, when it comes to putting hair on the sides, there is always a trick to it. Remember, if you put it too close, you see how that automatically sits out like that? That's because your ear is in the way. You want to always make sure that you go up a little bit higher right underneath. This area right here is the widest part of the head, and it's called the parietal ridge. This is your parietal ridge right here. This area right here. This is one of the most important areas of the head, and the reason being is because, think about it, whenever you do a style, if you cut it up too high, then this right here looks off. If you do it too low, all of the front part, the bang, which is the most important part, looks off. So you got to make sure that you understand the parietal ridge in your placement, because if you don't, you see that lady that had that short haircut and it's shaved all the way up to here, and she had those curls right here, and it just looked like, man, something is really not off. That is because it's important to understand the facial shape along with the zones of your head. Okay? All right. Let's get to it. So again, I'm going to be placing this is still my 10-inch from temple to temple, but I'm going to be about an inch away from my ear because I want to make sure that it lays just like I want it to lay. You see how that's already get back to bob? Just like that. All right, let's get into it. And make sure that you're leaving your tracks about an inch or a half an inch for sure. Not close together like we do our 27 piece, because we want it to look as natural as possible. And there is nothing worse than a thick bob that just ain't bobbing. Okay? As I said earlier, when you are placing your wefts on the side, make sure you stay at least an inch above your ear because you do not want it to be kicked out like little airplane wings. We're not flying, we are bobbing, okay? Again, left to right here, like I said, we're going to be going into the parietal ridge. This is key, not overdoing it with the adhesive, not placing them on top of each other as we would do with the 27 piece because you don't want it too close. The key to a bob, again, is making sure that your placement is good, that you don't put too much hair and that you actually place it more so like in natural falls. And what do I mean with the natural fall? I mean making sure that you're doing it like how a bob coming out of your natural hair would fall. Again, I'm just repeating this same technique. Bobs are really popular right now, and it's just one of those styles that's going to be trending in 2024, 2025, forever. It's no matter what we do, it's one of those things that you just can't get enough of, whether you have a bang, whether you're doing this curtain bang style. But yeah, again, like I said, apply pressure and keep it going. So as you can see, I'm about right here right now, right here at the top of the parietal ridge. So in the back, because I kept going around by the crown, I'm now going to close this area right here off. And I'm still using my 10-inch. Now, the placement of your wefts right here in this crown, the top of your crown area, is essential as well. Reason being is because that area right there can be an area where you have the most height, and we do not want to look like we are sitting on top of Mount Everest. We don't want it to be a big hump right there. We want it to look natural. So this is what you should have so far. As you can see, I've already made my way to the top right here, the top of the parietal ridge. All right, so here is where it gets curtainy. What do I mean? So sometimes you'll see when you're doing a bob, if I just continue to go left, right, and that means my hair is going to naturally fall straight because of my placement. Because I'm going to be placing it horizontal going that way. So that means when I'm done, it's going to lay right here. The objective of a curtain bang is for the bang to actually pull like it is a curtain. Okay? So you have two ways of doing this. Number one, you can actually just lay your first wefts right here in the front. You can just lay them going horizontal back about 2 inches. You can do about 3 rows. And that's literally just going horizontal so that it'll lay in your face. Or you can do them where you place it here and you bring it around. That's the faster way. But you want to make sure that you're going right here in the middle, because either way it goes, you're going to still have to fill this in, right? Now, what I am going to be doing is when I bring my wefts, because I'm going to kind of do mine, I'm going to do mine from left to right. I'm actually putting a little bit of a curve because I want to make sure that I don't have to fight. I want it to really curtain in my face. So I'm curving this hair instead of just laying it straight, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not just laying it straight like this and going around. I'm actually putting somewhat of a slight curve, just like that. And I'll show you here in just a minute. So now, when it comes to doing these curtain bangs, they're extremely popular. It's 2024, first of all. Let me just say, we have a lot of work to do, especially for those of us that are starting your YouTube channel maybe. And if it's not just starting your YouTube channel, being in the beauty industry, coming on here, getting information, let me know what it is that you want to see. Let me know the information that you would like in the beauty industry. I am not only a licensed master cosmetologist of 21 years, I'm also a licensed master cosmetology instructor. So I teach cosmetology. And right now I'm actually the educators and training instructor. What does that mean? I teach the educators of the cosmetology that are going to be in the cosmetology instructors program. Let me say that again. I run the educator and training program, which means I educate the educators. Bam. That's it. So you see that little curve? So as I said, if there's any information that you guys want, anything you want to know about the beauty industry, I'm going to definitely be coming on here this year, giving you guys more information. Doing the hair is cool, but it's more toward this industry than just being a good hairstylist. You see how I still kind of brought that in? Now I'm going to cut that. There you go. You see what I'm saying? See how that's laying in? It's a celebration every time we link up, yeah. Today is my sister's birthday. We're best friends. I hope you're friends with your siblings. If you're not, I'm just going to say, try to work it out. My sister is my best friend. She turned 46 today, and I'm super excited about that. So, yeah, shout out to Cicely Williams that sold me Fit for Life on Instagram. It's a celebration. Okay, so again, we're right here in the top. As you can see how I'm now starting to close this up. Again, super essential as well. You want to make sure that we're laying it flat when you're applying the adhesive. As you can see, I'm actually laying them still horizontal, and I'm applying pressure. Now apply pressure and stretch because I want to make sure that I'm eliminating any possibilities for a hump. Just take your time when you're applying this as well. This is not a rush. That's another thing that I noticed, that whenever you're doing a quick weave, you gotta take your time. If you need to pull that weft back up and place it correct, do just that. Don't be lazy when you're doing your hair. Make sure you take your time. This is a trending style. Quick weaves are definitely in, are going to always be in because they're pretty quick when you do those that are quick. Not all of them are, but yeah, this is what we should be looking like
You should be looking like the Planet of the Apes right now.
And if you're looking like the Planet of the Apes right now, you are well on your way to looking great right now. Okay? So, as you can see, I am now ready to place the leave out and blend it into my natural hair, but we want to make sure that we go ahead and cut that stocking cap. When to cut that stocking cap, for one, it just releases that tension, and it allows us to get that hair out right here for our leave out to come out. So when you're doing that again, take your time when you are cutting it so that you do not cut your natural hair. So, as you can see, I'm trying to decide. Do I want it long? Do I want it short? The mirror is your friend. Make sure that you use your mirror to make sure that you're making that cut right where you want it. You always want to start longer when you're making your cuts, and as you can see, I'm using my razor. The reason you want to start longer is because we can always take away and we cannot add. And that's essential even when you're cutting your natural hair, because it doesn't just grow back. You can always put more hair extensions, but we don't want to even have to waste time with that. But that, as you can see, I'm literally just using that razor and chopping it off. That is it. Cutting with the razor, honestly, the razor is more so a guard that is safe. You don't have to worry about really messing it up, especially on a bob. That's why you want to start longer, because if you're starting longer and you're using a razor, then you don't have to worry about if you jack it up, you just cutting something off. But with the shears, you cut it one time, it's gone. With the razor, it gives you more of a natural blend. I use razors on every haircut that I do. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use my razor because I like the way the razor makes the hair look natural. I also like the way the razor blends and it takes out an excessive amount of bulk. This razor has two sides. It has the side with the larger openings and the side with the smaller openings. I like to use the larger ones because when I'm using that, it gives me more of a chunky end versus those that are closer together. Those right there, I'll take off a lot of hair, and it doesn't give me that wisp that I'm looking for. So if you're paying attention, you kind of see how it's looking, and it's starting to look good already if you can kind of see with the vision where I'm going. But again, taking your time, get you some new razors. I was kind of struggling with the razor there, but I'm ready to do my curtain bang. Now, as you can see, I'm going to place this hair behind my ear, and I'm leaving out right here, maybe about a good 4 inches right there in the front. And that's the hair that I have coming to the front. That's where I was talking to you guys about, making sure how you place your wefts. I have it coming to the front, and I'm just actually moving it from my left side to the right. Reason being because the further the hair travels, the more length you leave. So I know that I want my curtain bang to start right about there, and I'm razoring it again, along with playing with it while I'm doing it. I'm going to do the exact same thing. As you can see, I'm pinching it. And the reason I'm pinching that hair is because it's easier for me to cut it. I'm just pinching it, cutting it with the razor, and we bob it. Okay? Now, another thing you want to make sure that you're doing is going through that hair and just kind of doing some customization with your razor. You're not really cutting it. This is, again, remember I told you that razor is not only giving you light layers, it's also taking out some of the bulk just in case there is any. And this is just freestyling, holding that hair out at a 90-degree angle. And guess what? I'm done with that. I wanted to continue to go on and put my little daily makeup on. I do wear makeup, and I don't do makeup, but I think I'm about to get into it. I do my own, and I've done a few clients, but there is nothing like having good hair and not having your makeup done. And I know a lot of people say, I don't like to wear makeup. Let me just say this. Some people like to just wear eyeshadows. I see that a lot. I know y'all see that. But let me just say, when you just put on eyeshadow, it's almost like having on a shirt and not having on any pants. If you want everything to come together, you need to put on a little bit of makeup. So this is what I'm doing. I just put on me some highlighter underneath my eyes, my nose. Right there in the middle part of my nose, it does something for me because my nose has a tendency to be a little bit mature. Hold up now. I'm the only one that can say that. But it's saying that, yeah, I like to slim my nose down, so I put that lighter concealer right down the middle of my nose. That's to slim it. And then, of course, on the sides, I go a little bit darker. That way, it kind of slims it, slenderizes it. And you know I got to put on my winkers. Yes, ma'am. Putting these lashes on. Key to lashes is, as you can see, I want them to get tacky. When it gets tacky, it's easy to do. I'm just going to place it on there. I've been asked to do some videos on lash placement, and I'm going to do that. Placing my eyeliner on, and for those makeup artists that's out there say, don't pull it down. You know how it is sometimes. I have to make sure I get that liner in there. So that's just a slight little, beat in it. My lighting wasn't the best, but I'm here to give you what I got. Now, this is key. Making sure that I have that part right where I want it. And I place some, Gaijin hair. Gaijin hair, these are flat irons and they are super duper dope. These flat irons, I'm just going to say, if you're natural or if you're relaxed, they press it out to the gods. One thing that I do love about Gaijin hair is that it does have your thermostat where you can actually set it on the side. And it also, as you can see, the shape of them allow you to curl the hair just how you want it. These particular flat irons, I'm going to put the link down below where you can go on Instagram to order them. They have a link on their site. But I love these flat irons. They're really, really good. They're good for your silk press as well as your hair extensions. Again, Gaijin hair is the name of the flat irons. So I have my Shibam wax stick on my natural hair. I did use that because I love the way it actually blends that hair in. It does it for me. Some people don't like it because they say it's too heavy, but I know the overall look that I'm going for, and it's more so to look extremely natural, and I like to blend to look natural. Hair extensions should look like your hair. They should not look like a weave. And when I get done with this, you're about to see how my hair just grew overnight. Like, this is my real hair. For real, for real. You can see that I'm actually taking this flat iron and I'm making some small curls, a little bit of a flip out. And the reason I'm flipping it out because I want that, what is her name? She's an actress. Her name is Megan. It ain't Megan Good, but you know who I'm talking about. She does a really cute curtain bang bob. But over direction, I'm just going to do me a little bit curling forward, backwards with my bang. You see it coming to life? Got that little Michael Jackson. Remember when Michael Jackson had his hair? That bob, it was killing. Oh, it looked so good. Kind of got that thing going on. But again, as you can see, here we go. You know that look like that's coming out of my scalp. I hope you guys love this. Yeah, it's amazing. It's beautiful. Curtain bang bob. You can do so many fun things with it. Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, here you have it. It's your beauty industry coach, Celeste Noel. I hope you guys love this. You see that movement. You see that body. I did not come to play with you all with these bobs.
This hair is like so giving me like
love it.
Life.
Yes, ma'am. Stay tuned.
It's like
we bobbing.
I don't know.
Or is we bobbing? Did I eat or have we ate? Toodles.
Subscribe
This
now.
hair is like